Yeah. Hey, win on me, win on three. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah. Stop playing with a beat! 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 Stop playing with a beat!
Alrighty, hey everyone, this is Facebook James with my favorite JV coach. And I'm going to say the man, the myth, the legend again for the last time this season, Coach Ray Marsden. Again, we're here at Fairfax and last game of the season for you guys.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy. It was a crazy season.
Yeah.
But you ended on a good note, defeating the Lions 44-8.
16.
44-16.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't paying attention. I was setting up. So, Coach, year after year, just kind of tell us, how do you do it, man? I mean, I'm amazed. I know you got, good players.
Yeah.
How do you do it? This week we didn't have practice because of the Getty Fire.
Yeah.
So just kind of tell us how you plan for today's contest.
For today, it was difficult. We just basically had to go with, our base offense. What we've, it's kind of like riding a bike. We don't put new stuff in once the season comes along, the league comes along, because our playbook is pretty much wide open at that point. And then if we see teams on film that we think we can expose a couple of weaknesses, we'll install some new plays. But we didn't need to do that this year. So basically we had a little walkthrough team meeting with the boys today, like we always do on game day. And I said to them, you guys all ready to play? We're just gonna like riding a bike, right? And they said, yep. So came down here and just, normal stuff.
Right. Now let me ask you one non-football question. What did you do because of the fire? Schools, the campus was closed.
Yes.
Now what did you do to occupy your time away from campus?
I had my honey-do list. I attacked it. I never have opportunity to do that with two little boys at home.
Sure.
And they were both at school, and I got a lot done. I built a shelf.
Okay.
Landscaping. Got ready for Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a productive week. It's like, obviously I would have rather been at work considering the circumstances.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're kind of itching to get back in the saddle and get back at Pali and prepare
I missed
for
these
this.
guys, and it was kind of a cool vibe on campus today. Everyone was kind of like glad to be back and see each other and
good
and learn.
Good. Well, your boys, third time in a row. I believe you guys are undefeated 3 years in a row, right?
Yeah, we haven't lost a league game since Fairfax 4 years ago. I'll never forget that game.
Wow. And had we played Venice this year, I'm sure we would have put the smack down.
Yeah, we would have beat them.
And so, man, you have a pretty impressive record.
Yeah.
So do you know how many games you've won and lost over the past 3 years?
26-2.
26-2.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We'll take it.
Man, that's
But those
pretty
two
good.
losses, they hurt.
Absolutely.
Both Cleveland, both first game of the year, both no excuses. We just didn't have our team eligible players, unexpected injuries, and just weren't ready for them. They run a real bizarre offense, and they got us 8-0 last year and 16-0 this year. Oh no, last year was more. We fumbled 5 times in the fourth quarter last year and didn't deserve to win that game. We were winning in the fourth quarter.
Got you.
This year was a different story.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's it's always a pleasure to see the JV team just kind of set the tone for the evening. They've been winning except for the first loss in Cleveland this year, so just been a pleasant vibe just seeing them do their thing on the field.
Yeah.
And just again today, or think about the season. This is a reflective question for you. Tell us about a memorable play that you've experienced with the boys this particular season. It's been a good season. It's been a winning season. So just kind of reflect on a winning play or winning moment for you.
Well, it's coming to play. We, all our units were good. Our special teams was solid. Our defense was awesome. Offense, no problem with our depth there or our trust that we were going to put points on the board. But first quarter, most games were over. I mean, we've scored 4 times in the first 6 minutes against Taft. We scored 3 times in the first quarter today, 3 times in the first quarter last week. Punch in the 2-point conversions. It's just like, it's almost, I don't want to say it's boring, but you got to kind of keep these guys
kind of motivated.
Alert and motivated after the first quarter, because we're like, it's not over yet and people can get hurt. This is football. We got to keep playing. But man, they came to play, and along the lines of what you were saying, how it's kind of, we're motivating the boys or varsity. We tell these guys that the opening kickoff, you go hit somebody and the butterflies will go away. You better have butterflies. That's a natural If you don't, there's something wrong.
Sure.
But we tell them that when varsity gets off the bus and they see these scoreboard, these halftime scores we put up this year, that gives them a little confidence. Like, all right, like our program's like we're going in the right direction.
It's in good hands.
It is.
It's like
it's until last week, we really didn't even have anything at halftime to yell at the boys about.
Right.
And they were playing great first halves coming
Right.
to play. Last week was sloppy. We had some stupid penalties. Couple 12 men on the field, 10 men on the field. So we kind of got into them last week at halftime. That was fun to finally, let them know like it's not always gonna be this easy, guys.
Absolutely.
And I know they were bummed they gave up a couple touchdowns at the end there, but
Right.
it's like, hey, it's not gonna be donuts forever. Like they
Absolutely, yes.
So hey, good for Fairfax. That was good for them to score a couple.
Yeah, in the stands we were cheering. We want donuts, and we did have a dad or two like, no, let them score. And I'm like, no, we don't. Let Coach Marsden come out of his pocket again and pay some donuts for the guys. But they battled hard. And the good thing about it, they'll take this experience and they'll once they move up to varsity, either next year or the year after, then they'll have these experiences, winning on JV and building that football brotherhood. So,
there was definitely some teachable moments this year that they will benefit from learning things the hard way.
Sure.
That'll pay off on varsity when Coach Hyde won't tolerate little stuff like not paying attention or forgetting which way to go or snap count.
Exactly.
It's JV football.
Absolutely. Now tell us, as we close, what is in store for the JV team now since the season is over? Maybe we can kind of educate the parents in terms of what needs to happen during the off season.
Yeah.
And get them ready for next school year, next season.
Okay. Well, we do have technically. I owe them donuts because we didn't have school this week. So
Absolutely.
Probably gonna make a day next week where we'll have a little donut meeting and a little not closure, but like a little recap and let them know what's going on moving forward. Some of these boys will get called to varsity for the playoffs.
Okay.
Some of them will collect their gear, and all of them will be enrolled in the Period 6 PE football class next spring, which I teach and run, and it's basically off-season conditioning and legal practice because it happens during the day. It's a PE class, and that's where a lot of people that come and cheer these boys on, JV and varsity, who are doing great things this year, when no one's watching, is in the spring, and these guys are moving those iron plates, and they're running up and down the stadium steps. They're doing sprints. They do all that hard work in the off season. This is when it pays off, and we tell them like, no one's watching now. The lights aren't on. There's no opponent. This is when you guys got to work. And these guys, this Period 6 class last spring, the last 2 years has just been like, it runs itself. I just sit back and monitor, and the boys like your son and the other captains are just out there leading their stations, leading the charge, and it's been awesome. That's a great class.
So then the Period 6 class is more of not only JV, but also JV and varsity.
One program. All together. There's no segregation. They're all together. There's going to be a couple of kids that are trying out that claim to want to be a part of this, and it's kind of like their opportunity to prove they're hardworking and are coachable and reliable. It's all together. Yeah, some days we'll do offensive position, some days we'll do seniors, juniors, freshmen, some days we'll do, whatever, but it's never JV varsity. It's one program.
Sure, you kind of mix it up.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Coach Marsden, it's been a blast watching the JV team.
Yes.
You and your assistants. It's been a wonderful time, man. And I know the parents they should be happy.
Yeah.
I think they're happy.
I hope so.
I'm a happy parent.
I mean, I'll probably get into it deeper at the banquet. But
Absolutely.
It's been a roller coaster of a season. I've never seen anything or experienced anything like this. Just with the buys, the canceled games, the fires, the heat. It's just been bizarre.
Yeah.
And these boys still responded every week. They never gave us any excuses. And, I got to thank Coach Lycia and Coach Sean Brown for being my wingman out there. I couldn't do it alone, but it's been a weird season. I'm not saying I'm happy it's over. It's just when you look back at it, it's been bizarre.
Right. Well, Coach, man, it's been a bizarre season, and we'll take it. Again, we're on top, 3 times league champs for the JV squad. So on Facebook, James, I'm signing off with the man, the myth, and the legend, Coach Ray Marsden. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks,
awesome.
Coach.
Thanks, guys. All right.
It.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Always. All right.